Hello, welcome to episode 7 of the Nose Bros. In episode 6, which only 35 of you watched or something like that, I said I would talk about boots again in episode 7. So, as a man of my word, I am going to talk about boots, specifically a different brand and a different model. So, I'm going to talk about Grant Stone, which I'll give you a little background. It's a company headquartered in Michigan that makes their boots in China. It's been around since 2016. It was founded by a guy named Wyatt and his dad. And his dad had been in the boot shoe business for a long time, and Wyatt had been working in that business for a few years. And they decided to start manufacturing boots in China and selling them everywhere else. They're about $370. I had to take a deep breath before I said it, because when people think of Chinese boots, they think of $70 boots, not $370 boots. And I'm here to disabuse you of that notion. The reality is these boots are worth every penny, and I'll explain why. And again, worth every penny is a relative term. If you don't like boots or won't wear boots, they're not worth anything. But if you like boots and you're going to wear boots and you like a variety of different styles and leathers and colors, they just might be the place for you to go. So a quick rundown on what these particular boots are. The most popular boot in the Grant Stone line is the Diesel boot. This is a Diesel boot. It's built on what they call their Leolast, which is a little streamlined. It has decent toe volume, but it's not crazy. And it's kind of a dressier style. I know this doesn't look dressy because it's got a Vibram outsole and a coffee suede body, but the reality is, in a dark leather, like a black leather or a brown leather, these are actually very, very nice, classy, dressy boots, aside from the 3 speed hooks up there. These boots particularly, they don't make anymore in this makeup. They don't have the Vibram outsole anymore or the coffee suede. They have a bourbon suede, which is a more tan brown color suede, and they have a couple of different types of soles, a leather outsole and a Vibram lug sole that you can get with the Diesels. But I digress. Oh, they also have different leathers. They have them in ostrich leather. They have them in kudu leather, which is like an antelope. They have them in bison leather, which is a bison. And they have them in leather. And I'm sure I'm missing something, but they have quite a few different options for you. So why are they $370, and why should you pay $370 for Chinese boots when you could go buy $70 Chinese boots at Walmart? That's a really good question. So these $370 Chinese boots, like all Grant Stone boots, come with some special, not so special, but like U.S. heritage hallmarks. In other words, a 360-degree Goodyear welt, a vegetable tanned leather welt, a vegetable tanned midsole, a vegetable tanned insole, a cork filler for the footbed, and a steel shank, along with quality leathers from Horween, CF Stad, other companies throughout the world that make leathers. So what they do is they have all those high quality parts shipped to China, and they assemble them there. Now, if you look, I beat up these boots a little bit, but not too bad. But you can look, you can see how neat this welt is done, right? That's usually a sign of a very, very crafty craftsman, right? You don't see a lot of like wheeling or abuse on the welt itself. You don't see any damage to the suede above it. It's a very tightly done boot. I have several pairs of Grant Stones, and they're all perfect. I haven't gotten one pair yet that had problems with it. I take that back. I ordered a pair of Kangaroo Ottawa boots, which are kind of a split toe boot, and there was a little bit of a weirdness on the inside, so I returned them, and they sent me another pair, and they're perfect. So, and it wasn't like a minor thing. It was like a piece of leather that was pressing into the side of my foot. Other than that, these boots have been perfect. Every pair I've ordered from them, and I have 4 pairs from them. Now, here's what I will tell you. The big difference in these boots. Now, this is the Leolast. This is the most popular style they have, the Diesel boot. The second most popular style they have is the brass boot, which is more of a mock toe, and that's made on what they call their Floyd Last. And actually, hold on a second here. I have a pair right here. Right in front of me. Oh, that's 30 seconds I'll never get back. This is the Grant Stone brass boot. It's a mock toe. This is the Floyd Last, and I want to just explain the difference for you. As you can see, the toe box, right, quite a bit bigger. The Floyd Last is a lot more voluminous up front. It's more of a heavy-duty work boot type anyway. What I did originally is I ordered a brass boot in a 13 Triple E, and I swam in it. It was huge. So I returned it, got a 13E, the pair I just had there, and it fit perfectly. Perfect heel lock, you know, nice, it's kind of snug around the midfoot, but not tight, and then enough room to wiggle my toes, which I like to do during the day because I don't have a lot going on. So I ordered a pair of these diesel boots in a 13E, same size as that, and they were horrible, super tight, very uncomfortable. So I ordered them in a Triple E, and voila. So the Leo Last is a lot more slim fitting, and a lot. If you have a wider foot, you definitely either want to err on the side of caution with a larger size, or you want to err on the side of a Floyd Last and get a bigger boot, or just a slightly roomier boot. So they're $370. They're premium materials. If you bought this boot in America, made in America, you'd pay $600 for it. You'd easily pay White's or Nick's prices or Alden prices, and even though we all watched the Rose Anvil video where they cut the Indy 403s in half and they're crap, right? We all watched that video, or we have the opportunity to, and we know that boot shouldn't be $600. It should be $275. But again, I'm off track. These boots, if they were made in the USA, you'd pay $600 for them. You wouldn't bat an eye. I mean, you probably would, because $600 is ridiculously expensive. But for $370, you're getting a boot that you would pay $600 for. It's going to last, longer than your feet will, probably. Because if you're, at that stage in your life where you're going to spend that kind of money on boots, you're probably, halfway into a grave already. I mean, I don't mean to be the guy to tell you, but, as my parents always told me when I was younger, and I would say, you guys are middle-aged, I'd say, do you know a lot of 100-year-old people? Like, not really. Like, yeah, we're old. So, just think of it that way. You're not a tortoise, you're a human, and you got that going for you. Buy these boots if you like them. If you don't like them, don't. But don't poo-poo them just because they're made in China. All right? Yao Ming was made in China, and he's a goddamn national treasure for China. Sun Tzu was made in China, and, he's referenced in pretty much every shoddy movie that Steven Seagal has ever been in. So, all right? There's a lot going on there. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time. You have a great night.